idea of money has been a part of human history for the last 3,000 years, from direct exchanges of usable goods and manufacturing pieces of circle-shaped objects. Where did the idea of using paper as a value of exchange come from? How can a light piece of material replace hard, shiny gold? Does money really grow on trees? Well, in this video, we will be looking at the quick history and origin of paper money. Starting off in the land of China. In the 2nd century, paper is widely believed to have originated in China. And from 997 to 1022 CE, during the reign of Emperor Zhenzong, the idea of paper currency was introduced. The material came from the bark of mulberry trees, so I guess we could say that answered the question of, does money grow on trees? So during the 7th century AD, paper money was stated to be used to buy goods and services under the Song dynasty, which reigned in China before the Mongols. How does this money work? Well, at the beginning of the Song dynasty, the government licensed specific deposit shops where people could leave their coins and receive notes. These notes were in direct control by the Song authorities in the 1100s, making this system produce the world's first proper government paper money, and they call this money jiaozi. With the combination of paper money and banking, our monetary and financial systems evolved rapidly to the form we see today. Here's a quick fact: the first paper currency issued by European governments was actually issued by colonial governments in North America. But hey, let's take one step back. The innovation of paper money had its help from traveling merchants, where instead, paper was used to serve as something called promissory notes. During the Tang dynasty, merchants would leave their money to someone trustworthy and in return would receive a receipt before traveling. This receipt was a written record of how much money these merchants had on deposit. After their travels, they presented the receipt to the trusted person and got their money back. In another example, before issuing paper currency, or as we like to say, cash, colonial governments issued IOUs that traded as a currency. The first instance was in Canada. In 1685, soldiers were issued playing cards that were signed by the governor to use as cash. However, after all, the bulk of this currency was not money in the traditional sense. Instead, it served as promissory notes, meaning a sort of written promise to pay specified amounts of money back. It was stated that each was about the size of a sheet of A4 paper, and these printed notes were embellished with a handwritten denomination and red ink stamps of authenticity. This is to get rid of counterfeiting. Wait a second, how did the system of paper currency spread to other parts of the globe? Well, through a Venetian explorer and writer called Marco Polo. He travelled through Asia along the Silk Road between AD 1271 and 1295, and visited China in approximately AD 1271. And as a celebrated traveller, Marco Polo was the first person who made known in Europe the existence of paper money. He wrote about it in his book, The Travels of Marco Polo, and I quote, "All these pieces of paper are issued with as much solemnity and authority as if they were of pure gold or silver. And indeed, everybody takes them readily, for wheresoever a person may go throughout the great Khan's dominions, he shall find these pieces of paper current, and shall be able to transact all sales and purchases of goods by means of them just as well as if they were coins of pure gold." Through the news and reports of paper money, the first banks in Europe were established.